Alrighty, you guys. Hi there. And I kind of want to say welcome to the jungle, and then it's like, wait, that's going to get a song stuck in my head, which, of course, since I had that thought. Yep, you guys like that song? Nice song, right? Okay, so, anyway, I tried doing one of these videos. It didn't quite turn out. That was, what, 6 days ago already. Wow. No? 8 days ago already. Wow. Okay, so time has disappeared apparently. I decided not to do that video because I just was a little too all over the place, and yeah. So anyway, I just wanted to do an update video with this painting. And I kind of want to go back and watch the video where I unboxed the painting and see what I said about the drill field, because I don't think I saw it as too big an issue, but now working on it, I am finding that to be wrong. I really don't think I said that there was something wrong with the drill field, but I really don't remember. There's 3 letters in this drill field, though, that are almost impossible for me to see. I cannot see them with the backlight on. I have to turn a flashlight on or the flash on my camera on or something. And then I also have to angle it at the right angle because otherwise it still blinds it out. I turn the light board off. It's a headache and a half. And this painting is 100 by 45. So that makes it even more of a headache. And I also, personally, yes, me being me, of course, surprise, surprise, I'm saying this, I think this painting is too small. Again, it's a 45 by 100, but there is a lot going on in it, and I think it's too small. So I've actually been questioning if I want to work on this painting or not. Like, I gave myself 2 months for it, which it shouldn't take me 2 months. Well, now knowing that there's the one color that's all, or one color, 3 colors that are all really hard to see, maybe it will. But originally it shouldn't have taken me that long because, again, a 50 by 70 only took me a month. A 40 by 70 definitely only takes me a month. I've done more than enough 40 by 70s within a month to know that they take me only a month. So maybe even less. I think one only took me like half a month, but then I just didn't do much the rest of the month, and that month maybe I had a lot of time to work on it. I don't know, but either way, I've actually questioned if I want to finish this painting or not, because to me this is too pixelated, and these letters I can't see here. Is it worth the headache of me going through it with a flashlight sitting dead on top of the painting to finish it? Now I'm doing it with Sharing Our Shine, and because of that, it's like I really don't want to stop doing a painting that we're supposed to be doing together. But at the same time, if I'm not enjoying the painting, I'm not really one to work on a painting I don't enjoy. So I'm a little tossed up about what I'm going to do there. I don't know, we'll see. I feel like I want to do a little bit more of it at least. But I don't know, we will have to just wait and see what my thoughts actually are on it. Part of me is thinking, I wonder if I could get it made in a larger size and get it shipped here and work on it next month, but then I definitely won't finish it within just a month if I get it in an even larger size, right? So I don't know. Not that it has to be finished within a month, but I am going to do steampunk after this, and then I'm going to do black and white. So I don't want this to take longer than June and July. Again, I have decided if you're working on a painting and you start it when we started, I don't care if it takes you 5 months to finish it. If you want to share it after that, you can share it after that. Like, as long as you started it with us, if you take a while to finish it, and once you finished it, you want to show it off, show it off. I don't like timelines. It makes something that should be calming stressful, in my opinion. But that being said, I've been giving myself timelines by doing, event things every month. Like, I don't know why I started doing it really, but I had a painting I wanted to work on with people, I guess, or something. I don't know, but I started doing so yeah, it's not too bad. Last month was the first time I didn't get it done within the month, and then went into this month late, but this one I have 2 months to work on, and it should not take me that long, so cool. But now I'm questioning if I like the canvas or not. So with that whole long ramble on this canvas, how are you guys doing with yours? I think I've had 2 of you email me pictures of something you're working on, or something you're gonna be working on. My mom's still finishing her Day of the Dead before she starts working on her jungle, so she's gonna actually start her jungle next month, she's assuming. So I don't know, it's 2 months. I decided because it was a larger painting, but as I said, shouldn't really need that long for me personally. And if you guys are working on a long one, it takes you that long or longer, it doesn't really matter. But I figured 2 months, well, if it doesn't take that long, then cool, I can just finish up some other paintings that I have before we go into the next event, right? So I thought it would work out. I kind of am questioning touching on some of the stuff I touched in the video I scrapped, and then questioning what I did or didn't actually touch on in that video. So obviously I gave you the TV update because I tend to do that. I think in one of my videos I told you guys I was looking for some more game show style ones because I couldn't find any game shows to watch and I wanted something game show wise. So I don't know what channel it's on, but I watch it on Hulu. They have what is it, the game show with balls or something like that? I think it was like a Fox or something, the only station big enough to have the balls to, or something like that's their advertisement for it. Whatever. It's okay. The questions are okay, but I keep trying to eliminate more answers than needed to be eliminated. So my brain doesn't quite work the way where you're only eliminating like one answer and everything else is correct. I kind of want to eliminate all but one answer. And for the start of the game, that's not how it's played. I personally, as a viewer, find waiting for the balls to fall down and hit the people a bit boring, especially at the end where one person is standing in front of one answer and then just moving over to the next one and moving over to the next one until they either make it or get knocked off. So to me as a viewer, that actually is a little bit boring. Being the contestant standing there every time like, oh crap, I might get knocked into the water, maybe that's a different thing, but me as a viewer, not really. I also was talking about how Don't Forget the Lyrics is back out, and so I'm watching Don't Forget the Lyrics again. Not that I quite put that with game shows, but I guess it kind of is. Anyway, I enjoy it. I enjoyed the original the best. Then I think there was another one that I just describe as more of a phone style game, or I don't know how best to describe it, but it was still a Don't Forget the Lyrics, but it was just different. It didn't run very long, and I don't know who the host was of that one or anything, but there was like a second rendition of it, and now we're on the third rendition of it. And it's okay, but they have a lot more modern songs in it that I don't know. And I don't like that they give them like 5 words from any song. I much rather the first one, which I believe was like 3 words in one song, or they had the 3 lines and you had to pick which one was the right line. And they had more of the music that I knew in the older one than they do in this new one, because I do not know modern music very well at all. Like some of those songs I've never heard that are still like today's top hits or something. It's like I've never heard that before, or I've barely heard it. I don't care for it, so no, I definitely don't know the song. Still enjoy watching it, but there's a lot more songs that I definitely don't know the lyrics for. Then also found one, I believe I'm watching it on Prime. I don't know if it airs on a channel, and if so, what channel, but it's called the 1% Club or something like that. again, interesting. A little too many word scramble type puzzles to it for me. My spelling sucks. I do not have great grammar, and I do not have great spelling. I don't mind being honest with you guys. I sometimes have to use assistants to read words and or spell words out in messages and stuff like that. Like, I am bad at that. When I was younger, I still read books, and I think I might have said this before. Like, I can't read a book now because I can't pay attention, but in school I would read a book while walking through the hall while sitting in class or whatever, and stuff like that. But I can't focus on one at home. It just doesn't work for me. Even an audiobook, I cannot focus well enough. So, where was I going with that? Oh yeah, the way that I read books basically though is I would read like a sentence or a paragraph, and then my brain would fill in what I didn't understand. When I was in school also, I used to take my spelling tests twice because the teacher found out that I would do better spelling it out verbally to them than I would to writing it on the paper. Somehow about sounding it out and saying it verbally, I could get it right, but I couldn't write those letters down as I was sounding it out like that in the same way. So I did better verbally, and I had a teacher that had me do so verbally with an assistant instead. So yeah, I'm not good at spelling. It is what it is. Some of it might be that I'm autistic. Some of it might be that I'm dyslexic. With a lot of English words, and again, this might be part of why I also find it difficult, I can't memorize the letter structure correctly, but it's more like it's an image in my head. So obviously I don't have room for every word to be an image in my head, but like the way that I seem to do images is that doesn't look right, or that does look right. Like, I can't tell you what letter goes there, but it looks like this, you know? So because of that, maybe too. And again, everybody learns stuff differently, and everybody memorizes stuff differently, and there's some rules that we have that I do know, and then there's some that like don't make sense, or there's words that don't follow them, and then if there's one word that doesn't follow it, my brain just goes, well, like, if that one word doesn't, then, you know, all these others that do. And so yeah, so there was a little too many, again, back to what I was trying to say anyway, there was a little bit too many of those word scramble type puzzles in that show, but at the same time, it's still decent. I like some of the questions they have. I like that the host kind of jokes around with the contestants and stuff like that. It's not just like all boring, and, you know, there's a little bit of random banter and jokes and stuff like that, so that's a little bit entertaining too. However, I do still like The Weakest Link, where that's more serious and not the funny joking banter stuff, but I still like that one, or liked that one. Again, I liked it with that one lady, and I don't know if she's still hosting or not. I don't think she is, right? But I think they have newer episodes of it that I haven't really watched as much as I used to watch the old one. But yeah, so for game shows, there's 2 new game shows that I've been watching. TV shows, got back into watching Grimm again, took a break from it because I was just too busy looking at this to not pay attention to the episode. So basically, even though I watched an episode, I completely missed everything that happened in it. And even though I've seen the series before, I was still like, wait, how did we get from there to here? So had to rewatch an episode, half an episode, or an episode and a half or something of that show, because
I had it playing that long in the background and wasn't paying any attention whatsoever, apparently. But started watching some more of that again, watching Criminal Minds still. Haven't watched the A-Team, haven't watched, my brain just went blank. Fantasy Island. Haven't finished, Bewitched or watched that one at all again in a while. There was another one I'm trying to think of. Monsters and Addams Family. I was watching those again and haven't watched them again in a while. But I seem to do that with some shows like that. It's like I'll start watching it and then I'll stop watching it and then go back to watching it in a few months. Or to me, I say a few months and maybe a few months is a year. Like, I am very bad with track of time. Although it's hilarious. I'm horrible with time. Like, I literally don't know what day it is, don't know what time it is, or anything like that normally. But at the same time, if I put food in the oven or something like that, I tend to actually ask when the timer's going to go off right before the timer goes off. So somehow my brain still subconsciously seems to know, or something, that the food should be ready about now, because I tend to be pretty accurate with asking when there's only a few seconds left or only a few minutes left, and I do it enough times that doesn't seem like it's just a coincidence. But I didn't know when I was asking that I was asking because it was close. Like, I didn't know that it was close. At least I didn't think I knew, but again, maybe subconsciously I did. So apparently I'm maybe somewhat good at tracking time under certain things or for a certain amount of time, but yeah. I think I just looked at the clock though, and today's the 18th. So pretty sure I did just look, and yeah, today's the 18th, because I was saying I think I did the first one of these on the 10th, because I believe in the video I told you it was the 10th. So, well, it wasn't the first whip, was it? But like the whip that I just did, which apparently I didn't just do, and delete it. Right now it's also 2 in the morning. We have a heat warning here, so it has been about 85 in the house with the air conditions on. Yay. I hate heat. I absolutely hate heat. To me, 60 degrees is great. Leave me in the low to mid 60s and I will be happy. If I'm cold, I will just grab some clothes or a blankie or something like that and I'll be good. But this heat, having the air conditions running, having a fan running, I'm still miserable and dying. So, and then the animals are drinking a lot more water because they're also hot. So I'm giving them a bunch of cool water and ice cubes and stuff like that. It's just, I don't like heat. And we have a heat advisory for like a whole week. So I'm not going to be happy this week. I don't know if I said this in a video that I put up or if this was in that video or not. Our refrigerator broke, was down for 2 days, had to throw out all of our groceries, really sucked. But then it randomly started working again on like the 3rd day before we could get the person to come look at it. So when the person came and looked at it, it was already working again. We still, because it's more of like one of those handyman next door type people. So he showed me everything about it and I pulled it apart with him and helped clean it out and stuff like that. So we cleaned out the filtered thing that it had under it. We checked that the fans would stop and start again and like went over and it seemed like everything was working. So I don't know why it didn't work for a few days and then it started working again. But he said if it breaks down again, he'll come look at it again. Hopefully it doesn't break down again, you know, but yeah, of course, that's the way it always works, right? Something isn't working and then when they come to fix it, it's working. So they can't figure out what was wrong to fix it. So, yep. But it's back up and running. Slowly getting food put back in it because the price of food and not trusting if it's going to break down again or not. And yeah, I don't want to fill it up just to have it break. However, I also got my chest freezer back up and running. So if that one breaks, at least the frozen food could be moved to the chest freezer. So I won't lose all the frozen food if I notice that it breaks down in a reasonable amount of time. And I think I'm switching to another letter. I watched a movie yesterday, day before. It was slightly older of a movie, but I'd never seen it. I think it's called Ruthless. It had... I'm not going to even go into that name thing. I did that last time, and that's kind of part of why I messed up the video. Anyway, it's called Ruthless. It's a newer one, but I think it might have been like a 2019 to a 23. So it was either an older new one or a new one. And I had never seen it before. And then I use this app to track shows. I actually use two of them. I think one's called Litterbox and the other one's like TV Show or something like that. Anyway, it's the movie's not even in the TV show one that I like watching, like using to track shows that I'm watching and movies I've watched and stuff. So that was kind of surprising because it is a few years old at least, but it wasn't in there. They had like two other movies with the same name, but not the one I was watching. This one was about a guy whose daughter was killed, and he was a teacher, a wrestling coach, and one of his students was being abused by her mom's boyfriend and was sold off to like a trafficking ring, and the coach just decided to take it upon himself to get her back. And he seemed like he was slightly friends with this one cop since his daughter died, I guess. They didn't really like get into it, but they seemed like, you know, it wasn't just a random citizen and a cop he met once. But they definitely didn't follow correct rules with how cops would actually work. Like this cop, which was just a cop. It wasn't like he was in a certain field that would travel from locations. But he managed to go from one location to the other to work for the trafficking of the people. And that really isn't how a real cop would work. Like a real cop is in its hometown. It's not going to just go to the other town or other city or whatever because the case moves there. Like they would inform the other station and the other station would take over and stuff. So it didn't quite follow rules like that. Not that a lot of shows do. I mean, like I've watched YouTube videos. Have any of you guys where like a doctor watches a doctor show and points out all of the errors that they have in it? So again, obviously it had errors in it, but it was overall enjoyable. It was kind of had like the Taken vibe or something like that, with, you know, the kid being taken and this guy going out for vengeance against the people to get it back. Or there was another one, I forgot what the other one was. The guy was like retired and he was working in a hardware store or something, and then somebody messed with a coworker or something, so he came out of retirement. I think there was actually 2 movies to that series. But again, I am horrible with names. Absolutely horrible with names. So I can't tell you what I'm talking about there either. But that was a decent movie. I watched another movie that was it Mercy Road? I think that's what it was called, the other movie I watched. That was weird. Oops, that one doesn't belong there. For some reason, it kept my attention the whole movie, even though it was just a guy in the car on his phone the whole time, answering calls, not answering calls. Supposedly his daughter was kidnapped, and the kidnapper was like blackmailing him to do something, but the police wanted to catch him because they thought he kidnapped his daughter. But the whole show, you're not sure if he's insane or if he's actually talking to somebody that's that kidnapped his daughter, or what's going on. And then the movie ends without really clarifying it. It leaves it up to you to determine if he was crazy or if his daughter was actually kidnapped by somebody, or like, I'm not gonna ruin the whole ending hopefully I don't ruin it enough by saying that, but like I'm not going to tell you why. It just, the whole show, you're like, is he crazy? Is this actually going on? Who's telling the truth? You know, are you seeing this from a person that just is like having a bad psychotic episode, or is this really, you know, he's being blackmailed and he's doing what he needs to do to get his daughter back? And there's a few points where it really seems like he's maybe talking to himself and not actually talking to somebody on the phone. But then there's also other points where it seems like maybe he actually is talking to this person on the phone. And nobody knows what the ending actually is supposed to be, apparently. Like, I tried to Google it, and like there's a bunch of people's ideas on it was this or it was that, or this is actually what was going on. And it seems like the person that made the video or whatever never put out the, you know, reason behind the ending, and doesn't seem like anybody knows what the honest story is to it. So I don't know why a guy in a car on the phone the whole time actually kept my interest, but the show kept my interest. So for that, I'd rate it pretty highly. But then the ending, you literally got nowhere at all. Again, I've had another movie like that before that I rated horribly because it literally got nowhere in the end. But this one, it's like, okay, well, it was still decent for some reason. It held my interest. I was curious, but like the fact that it actually answered nothing. I mean, it didn't leave me with more questions than it started with, because it started with all the questions of well, I guess it didn't quite start. It took a little bit into it before you start questioning if he was crazy or not. But basically, I had all those questions already, so like no questions got answered, but I didn't end with more questions than I started with, per se. So like, cool. Because if a movie makes me end with a bunch more than I start with, I don't like it. But yeah, watched that. Don't know. It just interesting, honestly, for some reason interesting, but also I would have preferred some clarity. I watched a few more things. I don't know what they are. I can't even begin to remember right now, that were on Netflix, that were just like kind of on my recommended page, and I'm like, all right, they're there. Click on them, do some diamond painting while watching them. Like, I don't know how much attention I paid to them. One of them I know was like dubbed, so I know the mouths weren't moving correctly to the words, and that irritates me like crazy. I cannot watch a dubbed movie and actually watch it. I can't look at the screen of a dubbed movie. Like an anime or something, it's okay because like their mouths aren't moving right anyway. But with a honest person, you can tell that they're not saying what they're saying, and it drives me nuts. Or I don't know, maybe everybody can't tell, but I've started movies, paused them, refreshed them, restarted the TV or the computer or something because the words were off by like a second. It's like, no, I can tell that the mouth is moving, then the words are coming out, or the words are coming out, then the mouth is moving. It's not lining up, and it's driving me nuts. So I've watched quite a few dubbed movies lately, and I've talked about one that I thought was quite good, but I cannot really watch the screen. When I watch a dub movie, it is to listen to it. If I wanted to actually watch it, I would watch it subbed, because I can't stand watching the mouth movement anyway. Normally, when they translate it in subs, it's better translated than when they dub it. However, Netflix has a lot of their Netflix originals, and almost all of those seem like they come in whatever their original language is, as well as dubbed. So I've watched a lot of those in dubs so that I can diamond paint while watching them, because I'm not looking at the screen while I'm diamond painting, so the fact that their mouth isn't moving correctly with the words doesn't really have an issue, you know, right? I'm not too bothered by it because I'm not seeing it. So I don't know it's happening other than when I look up and it's like, okay, well, let's look back at my diamond painting, you know? Like, so maybe I missed some stuff, but I get enough of the storyline that it's something entertaining to have in the background. So I don't remember what the last one I watched was, but I've watched a
few movies and a few short series that way that I know were foreign and dubbed in English. Right now, I'm watching an Asian drama, and this is probably weird again. There's a drama website, an anime website, my drama list or my anime list, where you can mark down and keep track of dramas you've watched and animes you've watched. The dramas are Japanese, Korean, Thai, and Chinese, and stuff like that, right? So, I was using a site like that to track all of my dramas that I watch. However, watching the ones on Netflix lately and watching them in dubbed, I am not tracking them anymore on that site. If I've watched it in dubbed, I kind of feel like I haven't watched it, so I'm actually not marking it as watched on my drama list. I am marking it as watched on my Showtime or TV Time or TV Show or whatever that app is that I'm using. I've been using that app since they kind of released it, like I think it was in beta or something like that when I first started using it. So it's definitely changed. It's still decent though, and still by far the best thing I've found for tracking shows. I mean, I also had a Excel sheet on my computer tracking shows, but that just, if your computer goes down or, I like better having the app and having the ability to retrieve it on any device. Granted, I'm no longer logged into it on my computer. They do have a website as well as the app, so I can log into it on my computer. I just got logged out of it on my computer and never logged back in. But, yeah, just a little weird that watching them dubbed like that, I'm like, yeah, no, that doesn't qualify as watching it. So anyway, I was saying all of that to say the one I'm watching now is called My Hollow Love. I got 3 episodes left. I was thinking about watching that instead of doing this. But it's interesting. Again, it's an Asian drama. No, I don't know what language because I'm watching it in dubbed and not watching it close enough to know. But it's basically a lady that gets these glasses that show you a hologram AI, and apparently this AI actually acquires the capability to have emotions. So, interesting story. I mean, I don't know how many of you are into the Asian drama things, but interesting story. I like a lot of AI related Android and stuff like that type shows. I find them interesting. I think one of the other ones I watched was also a dubbed one, but wasn't an Asian one. It was a harsher language, and no, I don't know which, but I think the dad was like a morgue. He worked at a morgue or something like that, and they got a robotic nanny that kind of started to become more human, and yeah. So I tend to watch a lot of those Android smart AI ones when they come out. I don't know why. Not all of them have been very good, but it's something that seems to draw me to it. So, anyway, only 3 episodes left of this one. I think it had like 12 or 18 episodes. And so far it's a decent story. It is what you would expect for the type of show it is. I think that is basically the majority of what I'm watching, because I think Station 19 is done. They had their final episode. There is going to be no more of that. I don't think 911 is out anymore. I don't think The Rookie is out anymore. So, like, all of those that I was watching as they were airing, I think they are
over for the season. So we will see. I don't know, maybe it's a break for like a holiday or something too, though. I don't pay enough attention to the airing schedule. I just like turn on the TV, click on Hulu, be like, nope, nothing new on my continue watching. All right, go to Netflix. Nope, nothing new on my continue watching. All right, go to Prime. All right, nothing new on my continue watching. So which app do I want to find something in to watch? Like, that is what I do. So I don't know what days stuff air. I don't know what days it's posted. I don't know if they said it was a season finale or not. Like, I don't pay enough attention to that. So anyway, that's weather, painting, and shows all updated. And I don't think I did too horribly on it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it anyway. I am getting close to the letters on this painting that I absolutely can't stand, that I started talking to you about. I still did not film my stash video for my larger books yet, so you guys will get that when I manage to do so, but I just have not done that. And then this week, with the temperature being what it is, I'm not sure I want to have the air conditioner running in the background the whole time while doing so. And also, while the air conditioner is running, it's still just warm. Like, it's so hot outside that the air conditioner isn't managing to keep the house cool enough. So I'm not sure I want to sit there and do that while it's that hot anyway. So I will get that eventually. I kind of wanted it like back to back with the other one, but didn't work out that way, and no big deal. It is what it is. And that's why I don't really like scheduling things, because they will happen and stuff will happen and cause them to not be able to work out, like me with not sure I want to finish the painting because of the quality of the drill field. Stuff like that happens, and then if you have plans and plans change, I don't like that. So that's why it's like, I wanted to, but it wasn't like set in stone that was going to happen. It wasn't even, promised that was happening. It's like, I want to try to do so. That's the best I am going to say. Not that, I'll promise to do so, or that I can guarantee it or anything, because I can't. I am going to see if I can zoom in on these letters I don't like and show you what we're working with here for the horrible ones. So that's why I'm still talking to you a little bit, as I do want to show you that before I end this video. But I'm going to finish this color that I'm working on right now. That's the dog sleeping next to me. If you just heard that whine thing, it's a dream or something. There he goes again. It's a dream or something. Alright. Oh, I got two more here, and then... Oh, more than two. Sorry. I thought I was pretty much done with this letter. Let's see. Is that it for this letter now? Come on. Okay. Oh, and the other video that I didn't show you guys, just to be upfront with you about it, I also had the fun of accidentally putting a wrong color on here and having to pull it all off. That was fun. Another reason that I didn't post the video properly. Like, it wasn't that I wasn't trying to show you I had that error, because I think we've all made that mistake, but yeah, it just kind of messed everything up again. So let's see, if I zoom you in right here, can you see these S's here? And that's the P, isn't it? So you got the S's, the P's here, which are horrible. And then there's K's. I'm gonna have to slightly move you. there's K's here. Or R's? Wait, what are those? They're K's. Yeah, because R's are red. Yeah. Let's turn this on. Yeah, R's are red, so they're K's. So yeah, you have here with these S's here, the P there, and those are some S's. These are K's. Even that one looks like an R. Those are K's. The G's not great. The B's, you know, but like these K's here. Is that a P and then a K? And again, is that a P and a K? Like, they're horrible. They're horrible. Now, if I turn the flash on, that really does nothing. If I turn... hang on. If I turn the light pad off with the flash... See, now you can see these a little bit better, I think. Like, that's a P. Those are S's there. S. But then the way the light's shining on that one, I can't see. That one's an S. There's the P and the S. P, where are those? There's the two K's right here. So like, see, you can see them better, but you can't really see these ones very well, right? So the way the light's shining, the angle it's shining, I can make out a few here. And then not sure on that one, but I can make out that, you know. So I'll put the camera here, and then I'm gonna have to like move the angle like this and be like, okay, now this K, where is this, my finger? Now this K and that P are visible, that K is visible, but I still can't really see the colors up here, so I have to move the camera again. So, and then through the lens I'm looking right now to like see what I'm showing you guys, right? But like in person while I'm putting the drills on it, this is all blurred from the shine from the flashlight, so I have to literally sit with my face like this close to the canvas to look at them while the light's kind of shining on it. So I gotta try to angle the light that way and then look at it that way and sit really close. So it sucks. This is very bad. And again, it's a 45 by 100. Do I want to work on it that long? And then, like I said, I feel like the canvas is a little more pixelated than I care for. Like, let's zoom you back out and you can see. Here you go. You can see basically what I got done. So here's the koala that I'm not quite done with, the giraffe that I'm not quite done with, the panda, the tiger, the jaguar, the two macaws there. There's a little baby orangutan there. There's the gorilla here. Like, I can make out what they are, and from a distance, it might look like a nice jungle-themed painting. But I'm thinking it might look too pixelated still. So I don't know how big I think this should be, but I think it needs to be bigger. Like 55 by whatever that would turn 100 into, or 60 by whatever that would turn 100 into. So a big painting. So even if I could order it in a larger size, there's no way it'll get here in time, or that I'd be able to finish it in a reasonable amount of time. So, I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm going to take you guys off the stand here. And I'm going to flip this way. What do you guys think of this? Is this worth me continuing to work on it? Like, what is your guys' opinions on this painting? I'm really kind of on the fence still. It's like, I'm gonna finish this top, I think, and then maybe I'll make my opinion. Maybe I'll go on to the next bit. I'm not sure, but your drill field, these K's, S's here, and I don't see any P's in this area. But yeah, they're just so hard to read. Like, I cannot do it with the backlight on. And then I have to have a flash on and at the right angle, like I said. So, I don't know. What do you guys think of the done product right now? Is it worth the effort? Do you think it's going to look good enough? Is it worth the hassle of having bad letters? If I didn't have bad letters, should I continue? But now that I do have bad letters, should I not continue? Again, I go like this. Maybe I can flip this in the video so you guys can see it straight up the way it belongs. So yeah. Let me know what your thoughts are on this one. I really could use your opinions. So, I definitely will have more videos for you. Thank you to anybody that's working on a painting with me. If I don't continue this one, I will grab another jungle painting of some sort and still do something jungle. But please do tell me what your thoughts are on if I should try to finish more of it or not. And then obviously I will make my final decision, but let me know if you guys think it's worth the time and effort and being even more time and effort than it should be. So I will have more videos for you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Hopefully you have a nice day, night, or morning. Hopefully your day, night, and morning continues to go well. And I'll have more for you.